You're gonna bring the roller all the way out, okay? And when you base yourself with your calves, you wanna start down by the Achilles. So start at the bottom. You're gonna cross your top foot over for pressure, and then you're gonna rotate side to side, okay? When you feel a sticking point, again, when you feel something painful and you're like, oh my gosh, that's tight, hold, and you're gonna do a big circle with your bottom foot, like you're drawing a big, big circle with your pinky toe one way, and then big circle the other way, all right? And then you're gonna move up on your calf, same thing. Rotate side to side, use that top leg for pressure, all right? And then when you hit a sticking point, big circle with your bottom foot, both ways. And then of course you're gonna do the other side, same thing. Make sure you do not skip your calves. A lot of women and men sometimes like, I don't need to do my calves aren't that tight. I hate to remind you guys, it's all connected, all right? So you wanna do the whole body. Make sure you also do your calves, all right? Next is gonna be your shins. Are awesome, especially for people who are runners, if you're in heels. I feel like most people actually neglect their shins and they get shin splints and they don't know how to correct it. So this is a great way of getting into that area that's kind of hard to reach. So here's how you get in the position. You're gonna go hands in front, you're gonna lift the leg up, and then you're gonna cross the leg over so it's like a 7, all right? And then I'm gonna keep my hands based in front, and I'm gonna go forward and back, right on the shin. Okay? And again, if you can't feel this, you may want to have a little bit of a denser roller, but this guy is really good and I feel it. And you can also use your opposite hand, your opposite hand for pressure if you need a little bit more. Same thing, you can stop and do a big circle if you need to, if you feel it feels really tight. All right, and just finish that guy up. And again, remember, you're going to do both sides. So now we're going to move to your upper back. The position of the roller is super important for you to get the pressure on your leg. You're gonna start where you're on your tummy and you wanna bring the roller so it's about at chest level, all right? You're gonna turn the roller away from you and then you're gonna throw a leg over it, all right? So you need that angle. If the angle is the opposite direction, you won't be able to get your foot on there. So we're gonna angle it to the side. You're gonna go on your forearm so you have that pressure. And notice I'm using my back toe to base myself, and then I'm gonna roll all the way from your insertion point at your groin to the knee. Now, for some people, this feels very uncomfortable and painful. As you roll out and you keep on doing it, it becomes less and less painful, and then sometimes you actually need like a harder surface for you to feel it. All right, so same thing. As I roll, it's also gonna be a lot more sensitive closer to the knee. When I feel a sticking point, I hold, I extend through my heel, and I bend. Extend and bend. You want to kind of shut off this leg as you're doing it, as you're going, okay? So that's the inner thigh, and again, you're going to do both. Or underneath you, all right? Now again, some people don't feel this because either your muscles are too dense or you might have been rolling for a while and the foam isn't gonna be enough. So I like to sometimes use a foam roller and maybe a PVC pipe. So I can switch whichever body part I need to have more dense surface so I can feel it. This guy would probably use a PVC pipe, but I'm gonna keep it consistent with this. So legs, you're gonna base yourself up and you're gonna go from the tush to the bottom of the knee, okay? You don't wanna roll over your joints ever, forward and back. And if you can't feel this and you need a little bit more tension, more pressure, cross one leg over and you can go back and forth, okay? Also, you can kind of stay on that guy, rotate forward and back. You can do it with both legs, move up, forward and back. And make sure that when you're doing this, you actually like using the core. It's like you're doing an exercise as you're rolling. I don't want you to just feel like you're sitting into your shoulders. Always be really aware of your posture in every position that you're in, all right? So this is your hammies, your hamstrings, and again, you spend the time start with your quads. And you're gonna start right in the middle of your legs, okay, on your forearms, and you're gonna roll from the top of the hip to the top of the knee. All right, so as you do this, you wanna make sure that you're keeping your belly button pulled in, keeping your core tight, and you're gonna do this guy with your feet straight. You're gonna do it with your feet turned out, okay, and then you're gonna go pigeon-toed feet. When you feel a sticking point, put the toes down, bend and extend the leg that you feel that little knot, and then move down, bend and extend, and then you're gonna keep on rolling. All right, so those are your quads. And now in here, moves all the way down by the knee. A lot of times people who feel knee pain, or if you're feeling really tight in your hips, IT band is great. You're gonna start right in the middle of the leg, and I want you to base yourself on your forearm. And you're gonna roll side, up and down. Again, you wanna make sure your core stays tight. All right, now if you don't feel this, if you've been rolling out for a while, double stack the legs, and you can go forward and back that way. Same idea, when you hit a sticking point, foot goes down, bend and extend the leg where you feel that little knot, and then move up or down on that, bend and extend, and keep on rolling. And again, you're gonna do both sides of all this, but I'm gonna show you guys one side as we go. All right, so those are your IT bands. You want to start at your armpit, okay? You're gonna rest your head again in your hands, so that way you're not holding your neck up, and you're gonna go forward and back, all right? When you start up by the armpit, you might not feel it as deeply because it's a little bit, you have a little bit more tension going on underneath the armpit and the lat connection, but as you move down, you're gonna move it down in between your ribs, you'll start to feel it more. And notice when I'm going back, very important, when I'm going back, I'm not letting my head roll back. I'm staying forward, so I feel like, it's kind of like I feel like I have a neck brace on. And go forward and back in between the rib cage, and then one more time down, forward and back, and take your time. I would also say with this guy, for some people who are really sensitive, use the foam one for in between your ribs. If you're super muscular and you don't feel it, then go ahead and use a denser roller. But again, this one you're gonna do 3 spots down on your lat, and then you're gonna go to the other side. Same position that I'm in that I did for my lats, and I'm gonna bring my arm out, so I'm starting in the center of my arm, and I'm gonna base my hand for pressure. If when you're rolling, this is too intense, again, you can use your pressure to hold yourself up from it. If you don't feel this, go ahead and put your head down on your arm, and you can roll forward and back. Notice how my palm is up when I'm rolling. Okay, so I'm not forward because that kind of closes off your tricep. Keep your palm up, keep your fingertips open, don't clench. And you're gonna roll forward and back. And again, if you feel a sticking point, you can bend and extend on that guy. You can also kind of roll forward and back. You can really kind of get creative with the rolling, but the